Hey everyone, you are with Sagar Wag to study chain of responsibility pattern. We are going to see what is chain of responsibility pattern, why to use it, when to use it, and how to use it. So let's begin. Well, to be honest, I found pretty complex definitions online, but then I come up with my own definition for chain of responsibility pattern, which describes it as a pattern that forms a sequentially connected components which looks like a chain, and then the consumers can pass the object just to the first component of this chain, and then the object gets processed by each component one after another as per the sequence. Still confused? Don't worry, we are going to see a very simple example to actually understand the problem which chain of responsibility pattern solves. So stay with me till the end of this video. Consider an example where you want to build an interview process which can have multiple set of rounds like technical engineering round, a managerial round, and HR round. Let's try to build it programmatically now. For that, we are going to create an abstract class round which declares an abstract method hire, accepting candidate as an input and returning a boolean value as a status of hiring. The next task is to define different classes based on each round. We will start with technical round, which inherits from the abstract round class and overrides the hire method. It calculates the score by asking different technical questions, and then based on the score it decides whether the candidate is hired or rejected. Similarly, we will create a manager round and HR round which defines their own behavior of hiring the candidate. Now let's see how the consumer code of these interview rounds will look like. The consumer will create instances of all the rounds those are required. Now the consumer understands that the round should happen in a sequence. For example, the technical round should happen first, then the manager round, and then finally the HR round. So the consumer will first invoke the hire method of technical round and see the result out of it. If the round says the candidate is hired, then only it will go for the managerial round. And similarly, if the managerial round says the candidate is hired, then only it will go for the HR round. Well, as usual, it looks to be a working code, but with an additional overhead. If you notice, the consuming code has to be now very strict about executing all these steps sequentially. But there is no guarantee that these all steps will be executed in a sequence. Even after the executing hire of technical round, there might be some another set of code which appears before the actual managerial round is executed. Note that all of these steps must be executed immediately as soon as the previous step completes. In short, we have a design problem where there is no guarantee that the steps will be executed in the desired sequence. Don't worry, chain of responsibility pattern is here to solve your problem. This pattern will create an interview panel for you. The panel will arrange the rounds in a proper sequence. As a consumer, You just need to ask interview panel to start the round. An interview panel will guarantee that each round is executed in a sequence which has been mentioned. Now let's try to solve our previous problem with the help of this pattern. After implementing this pattern, the end goal which we want to achieve is to have a consumer code simply like this. Just create the interview panel and ask panel to start the hiring process. To support the chaining pattern, we'll have to modify a round class to hold the another instance of round class as a next round. We will also add a public method that allows to set next round. With respect to this change, we'll now modify technical round so that once the score is detected, it will not exit, but if the score is valid and if technical round thinks that the candidate can be hired, it will check if any next round is available and accordingly it will execute the next round. Similarly, all the rounds like manager round and HR round will ensure that whenever candidate meets the expected score, then that candidate will be sent to the next round. Well, the design part is ready to support chaining, but we still have to implement the part which will actually ensure the right sequence is created. So let's create the interview panel. Let's have a private member that holds the instance of first round. And let's say for this example, the constructor will take care of managing the sequence of rounds. So the constructor will create each of the round like technical round, manager round and HR round. Then it will set first round to be the technical round, and after that it will form the chain. So it will set manager round as a next round of technical round, and then it will set HR round as a next round of manager round. Now once the chaining is formed, it will also provide a public method hire, or it could be named as start, and this method will just execute the first round, and internally each round will pass the candidate to the next round. And see, now as a consumer you just need to create interview panel and call panel.hire, and the panel will take care of executing each and every round in a sequence. Bingo! Hope you have understood how we solved the problem. Now let's take a moment to note down advantages of using chain of responsibility pattern. First one, this pattern has a guarantee of executing steps in a given sequence. Secondly, you can add or even replace one or more components in the sequence without impacting the consuming application. Like for our current example, you can add more rounds in the interview panel and the consuming application will not be impacted at all. Now let's also try to note down the other examples of using this pattern. We will see the examples based on the behavior of the chaining pattern. So the first behavior is where you can break the chain in between, like we saw in our interview rounds example. The another example of this chain breaker is where you want to build a certain request, log that request, then validate that request, and then execute that request. Now if the validation fails, this component will break the chain and will not allow request to go towards execution. So this is what chain breaker is. The second pattern is where the chain cannot be broken, which means the object will be sent to each and every step in the sequence. Like a coffee machine, you provide a container and adding coffee, then adding milk, and then adding sugar. Each step will be executed. The third type of chain is where only one component from the sequence acknowledges and executes an operation for the object, like a chain of exception handlers, where each exception handler is made to handle a certain type of exception. So whenever an exception is raised, it will be passed to each and every handler in the sequence, and only that handler which is made to handle that type of exception will acknowledge the request and handle that exception, and immediately the chain will be broken. Well, examples were pretty clear, but if you are still confused, when should I use chain of responsibility pattern? Then you should ask this question to yourself. Do you have a use case where there are multiple steps processing the same request and executing them in a sequence? If answer to this question is yes, then you should use chain of responsibility pattern. Well, that's it. I hope this was helpful, and now you understand the chain of responsibility pattern. It's very easy to say that I understand design patterns, but trust me, in design discussions, people tend to be silent, not because they don't know the patterns, but because they don't understand basics behind the patterns. So keep reading more about this online. Try to get more hands-on experience, in-depth knowledge about chain of responsibility pattern. This is Sagar Wagh, and I am here to explain the common complex topics in as simple way as possible. Hope the Optimus Growth channel helps you to grow and let you grow others. Please subscribe for upcoming videos and do share all of them with your friends. And don't forget to like this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.